Wednesday morning, Hollywood Bets Grable. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Betway's Wager to Win. Time to have a look at our show and see what the story is. We're on 069 164 3272. If you are on that number, all of the information is already on that number. So it comes out relatively early in the morning, all the perms, if you want to get early perms. And there's the QR code on 240. Just use your phone to open up your Betway account and get up and running. I'm only aware of 2 scratchings today. They come up in the 8th race. That's all I've got, 13 and 14. Rest of it all appears to be in good order. Those are the only changes I'm aware of right now. Let's get straight to the action. Open up with our first race, where this horse from Natey Kotzon's stable that Andrew Fortune's riding. A lot of talk about it. 11 to 10. The 5 horse is trading at 7 to 2. And then the 11 is trading at 4 to 1. You can get 14 to 1 and better about the balance. So Karari's Tiny Ferrari, 11 to 10. Meeksha, 7 to 2. Royal Crest, 4 to 1. I've heard about both, actually. I've heard about Kotzon's horse, Len, and I've also heard about Kirsten's horse as well.
Good morning, Clyde. Yes, today's card looks a little bit tricky. Let's just hope we can land something. All right, starting off in the Bipot, you know, the first race, there's a few with decent form, and the obvious choice is obviously Karari's Tiny Ferrari. So, I mean, she's been very consistent. She's knocking at the door, and her winners shouldn't be far away. But the 11 horse Royal Crest, she's very speedy, and I feel that she's the danger. Although she's got a length to find on Karari's Tiny Ferrari, she's very quick, and I think she'll give her a run for her money. And then we've got to respect the 5 horse Meeksha, who made a promising debut, so she can improve a lot with that run under her belt. For the Bipot, I just backed up Karari's Tiny Ferrari with the 11 Royal Crest.
Got it. Thanks, Lenny. That's perfect. I got those babies, the 2 horses first timers. The trainers are saying they're probably both going to need it. So that Bipot that Len's got up there cost 144. Okay, let's get on to race number 2. It's a maiden plate over 1,600 meters. In terms of the report on the market, I can tell you that in race number 2, they priced up like this. The 7, Put the Lights Out, is currently trading at 17 to 10. Now, I think it was 5 to 2, so there's been money for this. Number 3, Princess Trippy, is trading at 28 to 10, and then 33 to 10 about the source 8, Palace of Practice. I do know that we've got, what do they say about Canamay's horse here? The 5, Force Industrial, is trading at 15 to 2 and then 8 to 1 and better the balance. I have an updated comment here from the De Kock team just about this horse, Put the Lights Out. And I can tell you that he said that Put the Lights Out, his form looks good. He is a good horse with ability that will win races. And they also go on to say here that but his immaturity could count against him. A stronger race than we thought it would be, but he has a competitive chance. Interesting about what they're doing with Put the Lights Out. The money's already on, I can tell you that. Len?
Yes, Clyde. Well, I'm in the camp of Put the Lights Out, you know. Look, it was no match for Vibe Check when they met in the maidens. But Vibe Check came out and confirmed his form with an easy maiden win, a win again on Sunday. You know, so he looks to be well above average. Put the Lights Out was staying on nicely towards the end, Clyde, and the 1,600 meters is going to be right up his alley. So I do think he's the one to beat. A lot will depend, I suppose, on the first-timer, Force Industrial, the well-bred first-timer from the Dean Cannemeyer stable. As you know, Dean Cannemeyer is one of the best trainers, is bringing them out to win first time up. And he was an expensive baby, so one needs to take notice of him. Although he seems a bit soft in the betting at the moment, there hasn't been much money for him. He's, I think, 6 to 1. Then the filly Trippy's Princess Trippy, she's knocking on the door, and she must be a runner as well. And then you got the 8 horse Place of Practice. He's also got some good form with 3 seconds from 5 runs, and he must be respected. But for Bipot, I've put the 2 of them, put the lights out. I've backed up with Princess Trippy, and I've taken a chance in the place accumulator, banking the 7 horse, put the lights out.
Got that. Thank you so much. All right, so Valencia is bankering the 7 here, and then he's going banker 3, and then they're going to be, excuse me, horses after that. Just with regards to Palace of Practice, I can tell you that Gareth Funzel says this horse is doing well, seems to be maturing, and his work has been consistent. And Gavin Larena on board with a bit of luck in running, he should fight out the finish. So that's the comment from the Funzel stable. That PA costs $432. Let's go on to our third race now, bring you straight up to speed with the betting, where we've got an odds-on favourite in here at 17 to 20. Number 3, Gimme the Power. And with fortune riding this for Justin Snaith, looks like the right horse in the race. 7-piece Rose is trading at 28 to 10, and then you can get 8 to 1 bar the two of them. So is it absolutely those two, or are you depending more, Len, on this odds-on favourite, Gimme the Power, who I see opened up at something like 14 to 10? Or 15 to 10 in that region, and that they have come quite heavily for this favourite. You like it?
Well, Clyde, she's got the form. She's pretty consistent, and looks the one to beat in this field. But against her, she's never been on the poly. It may work in her favour, however. But 9 to 10, a little bit too skinny for my liking. I think horse filly like Peace Rose, she's got to be respected. She's placed in all 4 runs to date, and yes, she's got obvious claims. Looking further down, you've got Chook's Kiss. She needed her last run, and she'll be fitter today. And then the Halfveld Visitor, the 6-horse Global Royalty, she made good improvement in her last 2 runs. And if she takes to the poly, she can be in the mix. So I thought the 4 of them, but I've had to narrow it down, and I've narrowed it down to the 3 and the 7.
Yeah, I see the Funzel stable is saying that Chook's Kiss got a place chance, is where they've ended up with her. So in the pick 6, we're going just the 2 runners then. We're going both Gimme the Power and number 7 on the card, Peace Rose. First leg of the pick 6. Get on. That firm will cost you 390 Rand thereabouts to get some 10% of it. As Len did allude to earlier when we started the meeting, this is a difficult card. All right, welcome back everybody. Let's get straight into the action now and see what we're going to be doing with this particular event on the card. It is, of course, the first leg of the Jackpot, and let's have a look at what the story is. It's a race run over 2,000 metres. It's a Class 5, again, quite a challenging race, I would imagine. Len, I guess you're going to go as many as possible here in this event, right?
Clyde, not necessarily, because, it gets tougher as we go along later on. So I've tried my best to trim it here as much as I can. Look, Glenn Cotson does have a strong hand. He's got Gol Baby, who ran out an easy win over Maiden. She looks to have a lot of room for further improvement. Then the stablemate Vixen's War. She also won easily last time on the poly, winning by nearly 4 lengths. So she's got to go in. Then after that, you've got the 7-horse La Madalena. She ran on very strongly last time to go down narrowly to Taylor's Version, and she must be a big runner. And then for the pick 6, I've got the 3 of those horses in 3, 4, and 7. But in the Jackpot, I added in a roughie that I do like. She seems to love Gravel. The poly is number 2, Sweeter Than Honey. So the 3 horses, but as I say, I've included it Sweeter Than Honey in the first Jackpot.
Yeah, obviously Sweeter Than Honey. We'll put a line through that last start of hers. She goes into the play today. Dougie Campbell's been having his winners. Rachel Benica riding her. She's a nice outsider for us to consider. She goes into the first leg of the Jackpot. If I didn't, not mentioning the betting, I can just tell you that it's they're betting 5 to 2 about 4 Gold Baby, 7 to 2 3 Vixen's War, 7 to 2 the 7 La Madalena, and you can get 13 to 2 about the 1 Princess Palace. In as far as Sweeter Than Honey goes, you can get some 14 to 1 about her if you want to put her into the play. Okay, to race 5, let's have a look at what the story is. This Class 5 fillies are generally Class 5s, generally fillies and mares, open. You got to go horses. It's one of those E-division fillies and mares races. You got to go horses. I mean, there's just no other way to look at it. Chasing Gold is top of the boards in this event, priced up at 7 to 2 at the moment. Dazan low riding for the Glen Cotson stable. 5 Red Coral is trading at 7 to 2, second favourite. The 2 Clouds Clearing may well be the horse, the right one. They backed this, shortened from 6s to 5s, a bit of money from the Mowing, not from the Mowing, but for the Mowing stable. 8 Mississippi Spice is 11 at 2, and number 1 Golden Angel is currently trading at 8 to 1. There's been a bit of money for that as well, shortened from 10s. It's been quite an active market, and they are backing just about everything in the races. They nibble everywhere. Yeah, it's one of those races, I guess, Len.
Yes, Clyde. As you mentioned, fillies and mares race is not my favourite, so one would like to include as many as possible. But because of the cost of the perms, I've had to try and narrow it down. But my vote goes to the 8-horse Mississippi Spice. She was desperately unlucky last time. She was way out of her ground, turning for home, and she was really doing good work late. She just failed to get to St. Bridget on that occasion. And I think she's a big runner today. Chasing Gold is improving 3-year-old, and she loves the Polly, so winning 2 of her 3 races and second in the other one. So she's the obvious horse to beat. So as I say, I'm cutting it down to just the 2 of them in the pick 6. I did put 4 horses in the first jackpot. I added in the 5 Red Coral. She's got some in different Cape form. Doesn't really jump out at you. But you've got to respect her, because, as you know, the Cape horses are just that much better than ours. And then the other visitor is the 2-horse Clouds Clearing, who ran a much better race last time, and she should be included in bigger perms. But I've narrowed it down to the 3 and the 8.
Yeah, fair enough. I see Chasing Gold, the form hasn't been too bad. That horse Mohandas came out on one. So we're going 3 and 8 in the first leg. Field at the back cost $6.48. On to race number 6, everybody. Let's move on to our next, and this is a middle stakes run over the mile, the latest in the betting. They've got this horse Ice Rain top of the boards. Andre Nell stable is ticking on very nicely in both centres, I believe. Dijon Low riding 33 to 10 about number 6 Ice Rain. 3 Tamiris is 7 to 2 for Gareth Finzale. The 8 Another Dream is 7 to 2. That's Lucinda Woodruff and Andrew Fortune that team up here. And the 7 Educator is Craig Zaki's ride for the Dean Canamay stable. Always has to be respected. There's 9 to 2. And then 10 to 1 and better about the balance. Where'd you draw the line, Yellen?
Yes, Clyde, as you know, as you mentioned about the fillies and mares races, always competitive. But I feel this filly, the mare Ice Rain, she's coming right back to her best. She was only just pipped last time. And she's also unbeaten on the poly track. And as I say, she's had her 3 runs now. She was just failed last time, so she should be at peak fitness. And the stable has turned the corner. They really are having winners now. Tamiris, she finished a long head behind Ice Rain last time when they last met. So there shouldn't be that much separating those two. And then obviously one needs to respect Another Dream from the Lucinda Woodruff stable. She's actually unbeaten in KZN. She's won all 3 races in Natal, and she's an obvious inclusion. The only thing against her, if anything, is that she's been rested for a few months, so she might not be quite at her peak. But definitely the one to beat for me is the 6 Ice Rain.
Yeah, the Perilla form holds up, because Ice Rain, Tamiris, Educator, there's not much in it. Especially between Ice Rain and Tamiris. I thought Tamiris might be the better improver, but we'll see how that all plays out. Lenny, thanks for that. 3, 6 and 8 is what we're doing in race 6. Okay, guys, let's go on to race number 7. We only got 2 more to go. This is back in the Class 5. We're back there. Fillies and mares over 1,200 metres, and the betting priced up this morning as follows. 1 Poetic Princess, 4 to 1 the field, 4 to 1 about Candice Bass's horse that Sean Veal is riding. Second choice, the 8, who is Durban Diamond, Keegan DeMello. He's enjoying a very good turn of form at the moment, riding lots of winners. Dennis Bosch, they 4 to 1 joint favourite. The 2 Princess Goldie is trading at 6 to 1. Number 6, Little Black Gem, is 7 to 1, and the 3, Dirosa is at 10 to 1. So is the 4, Clickbait, 12s and better about the balance. If anything, Len, I'm just having a look. If anything, they're backing They're backing Durban Diamond and they're backing Little Black Gem.
Yes, Clyde, for me, this is an extremely difficult race. The favourite is Poetic Princess, and she's bounced back to her best form with an easy win last time at Greyville. But I noticed that her 3 runs on the poly, she hasn't shone, so I'm not quite sure about her. Then, okay, Durban Diamond, last time, I know the connections were disappointed as she ran well below her best. So I think we'll draw a line through that and give her another chance. But I urge punters to include as many as possible because I find it to be a very, very difficult race with many in with chances.
Yeah, I'm having a look at it. There's not much form. I mean, the form lines are fairly, if anything, dead. There's really not much going on. But okay, it's that kind of race, all of 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. But it probably doesn't stop there. Okay, guys, last race. Hopefully it's the lucky last for everybody. And we look forward, of course, to racing out at the Vaal on Thursday. We've got some action going on there. The Weighted to Win show will be up on Wednesday evening on the YouTube channel and on Racing Today. So for those of you who want to get some of that action, you're more than welcome to do so. We've got some replays going, quite a lot of activity for that show, and some Daryl Mini got lots of winners, as always. Right, the last race. Lenny, let's talk about it, how they're betting in the final race. Let me pull it up for you, see what the guys are doing here. Pleased to see you. Andre Nel, Sereno, Moodley, they're 4-1 top of the boards. 8 Heavens Will is 4-1. 4 Marscon, 11-2. 11 Kimberley O'Hara, 13-2. 10 Lilting Song, 7s. And the 3, that was the Gliding Fish, is 8-1. 10-1 and better about the balance. Field at the back, did you say in one of your exotics? Is that right?
Yes, Clyde, this is just like the previous race. It's very, very open, wide open. I see they got Pleased to See You top of the boards at 4-1. The problem with him, he keeps on getting rested. So he's obviously got issues. And the last time he won a race was 560 days ago. So how much confidence I can have in him, I don't know. Yes, we do know that the stable seems to have turned the corner, so it's possible. It certainly has got a good chance in this field. My choice, however, though, is the 3-horse, the Gliding Fish. He loves the poly, having won 2 of his 9 runs on the surface, and he has informed jockey Sean Veal aboard. So I think he'll be in the shake-up, but I urge the punters again to put as many as possible.
Yeah, go as many as you can. I see they put the cheek pieces on that horse. The cheek pieces go on Kimberley O'Hara today, so just watch out for that as well, the 11 horse. And there was a comment from one of the trainers I wanted to just share with you. I think I got it from Mace Roberts. Mace Roberts said, that Pongola was given a deserving break. So that we last saw him on the 25th of Jan. Okay, well, that's the latest from Hollywood Bets Greyville. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Hopefully it was a fairly good day for you. Catch us again at the Vaal on Thursday.